Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the 5 Minute Facebook Ministry. Giving all the honor to God. My name is Anthony Daniels. Today we'll come out of Mark, the book of Mark, the first chapter, the 31st verse. That's Mark 1 and 35. And it reads out of the King James Version, "And in the morning, rising up a great while before day, he went out and departed into a solitary place and there prayed." Again, and in the morning, rising up a great while before day, he went out and departed into a solitary place and there prayed. Now, he here is Jesus. He here is Jesus. And it says that in the morning, he would get up a while before day. He'd get up very early in the morning, and he would go out and go into a solitary place and be alone, and he would pray. Now, I'll just ask you this. If Jesus, the Son of God, who, while he walked on this earth, if he started his day off with prayer, how do you think we should start our day off? If Jesus got up early in the morning before he did anything else, and he went out and prayed, how should we start our day off? See, Jesus knew that while he was in human form, even though he was empowered by God, even though he was part of God, that God resided in him, that he still needed prayer. Because while he was on earth, he was subject to trials and tribulations. He was subject to trials and tribulations. And it was also temptation. We know that Satan tempted him. But the Bible also says that Satan left him to come back at a different time. If you read the verse in Matthew, Satan departed to come back and tempt him at another time. And that's the only temptation that we read about in the Bible. But I'm certain there was other temptations that Jesus faced. And that was part of his coming to earth in human form so that he could go through the things that we went through. So he wouldn't just sympathize with us, he could empathize with us. Because he had gone through and he'd experienced those same things. And if we want to be like Christ, then we want to start our day off in prayer. We want to come to God in the morning, thank God for allowing us to wake up and giving us another day on this planet. We want to pray and thank him for all that he did the day before and all the blessings that he's bestowed on us in the past. And then we want to talk about him guiding us through the day, him giving us direction, him giving us strength to get through whatever we got to get through today. We got to thank him for giving us everything we need to get through the next 24 hours. And then we need to thank him for his grace and mercy that he's bestowed on us. And I read something somebody put out. Every morning you should ask God for his grace and receive his grace, because his grace is sufficient. And every day you want to walk in that grace. And those are some of the things that we should pray about. Then we should pray about other people and things that we know other people are going through. Pray for our churches and our pastors, our ministers, those people who are trying to lead people to God, to strengthen them also. And then you can pray for anything else that your heart puts on you to pray about. And I always like to say, I always like to pray in the Spirit with God, because there are things that God's Spirit knows that I need, that I may not know yet. So when I pray in the Spirit, the Holy Spirit brings out those things that I'm mentally unaware of that I need to be praying for. Maybe there's something going on in my life that I need to be praying for, but I don't know I need to be praying for, because I'm trying to handle it on my own. And now when I pray in the Spirit, the Holy Spirit is giving me utterance to pray for those items. And I hope that's what's going on when I pray, because the Holy Spirit knows what I need. The Holy Spirit knows what I'm going to go through. And the Holy Spirit is giving me utterance to pray for those things that are important to me, those things that he knows that God needs to be involved in my life. And sometimes, we forget to involve God in a whole lot of things. We're trying to do it on our own. So by speaking in tongues, and by praying in tongues, we can close that gap, so that the things that we really need to be praying for, the Holy Spirit is going to cover down on those things for us. And we will end up praying for them, and those things will come to pass. We'll be blessed in our lives as we go through the day. But again, departed to a solitary place and they're praying. So we need to be alone, and we can be alone with somebody. If you get up before your wife, you don't have to leave the room, or if you get up before your husband, you don't have to leave the room. But your prayer needs to be your individual prayer. Your individual prayer. You need to have time for family prayer also. But you need as an individual, you need to come to God. And then the one thing I want to say is as you go through the day, continue to pray constantly. As you go through the day, as you go through things, as you go to work, as you drive your car, continue to converse with God and ask for his guidance and his blessings. And he's like, treat him like a friend, your best friend who's always with you. Who's always with you. You enjoy his presence, he enjoys your presence, and you just converse with him and just discuss things with him. Tell him about your problems. Tell him what you're going through. And listen to his voice and his guidance and how to handle those situations. So all the time that I have today. Hey, God bless you. God loves you, and I love you too. Have a great day.